Kilobar track 7. Whoa, allow me to hug you in the morning like a prayer when you wake. Help you get ready to face another day. Blend up a smoothie recipe that you made. Drop you off for work and kiss you when you leave. Lick a text to remind that you can be anything you want simply cause you're a queen, original trendsetter. Real go-getter when I go on a tour, send you 4 love letters. Rough patches may come but we'll stick together, woman. You're my treasure and it's a pleasure till death do us part through worse and better. Empress, won't you let me be the man of your dreams? Take the things off your list so we can live in bliss. I know we're an anomaly. You take me where I need to be. Take the things off my list so we can live in bliss. Whoa. Yeah. Ooh. Allow me to make you a sandwich, bring it to work. Cook you some curry, try my hand at jerk. Roast breadfruit, provision and knocky. Make you smile and laugh when I'm acting wacky. Your favorite love songs, acoustic session. Glenn Washington with a little John Legend. You're an extraordinary woman. And even though we gotta take it slow, things are still brand new. I have a question for you. Empress, won't you let me be the man of your dreams? Take the things off your list so we can live in bliss. I know we're an anomaly. You take me where I need to be. Take the things off my list so we can live in bliss. So we can live in bliss. What do you think, girl? Do you have an answer? Just need to know so I can pursue you. So what do you think, girl? Do you have an answer? I just need to know so I can pursue. Empress, won't you let me be the man of your dreams? Take the things off your list so we can live in bliss. I know we're an anomaly. You take me where I need to be. Take the things off my list so we can live in bliss. Empress, won't you let me be the man of your dreams? Take the things off your list so we can live in bliss. I know we're an anomaly. You take me where I need to be. Take the things off my list so we can live in bliss.
Y'all are on the East Van Dan Shit Show. Welcome to the East Van Dan Shit Show. I'm your host, Dan, and tonight's guest is Caleb Hart.
Blessed love. What's up? What's up?
As you can see, we're in a shed. This is actually the first time I've done this in a shed.
Thank you for the special occasion.
Yeah, no worries.
take the Caribbean boy. Make sure he gets interviewed in the cold.
Yeah.
You know, make sure the vulnerability of the answers of the interview are even more authentic.
So my understanding is you're on the road. You played in Tofino last night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how was the crowd?
Fantastic.
Cool.
Fantastic. My 51st show in Tofino in the last 10 years.
Oh, sweet.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I got family up there.
Nice.
It's beautiful. Tofino's beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Too bad it's the winter, not the summer.
It almost wasn't, though. Like, honestly, we got the drive there from Vic was sunny and 11 degrees. And then the drive today was like 6 degrees and sunny. It was fantastic.
Okay.
Still a cold night, but yeah. There was no
better than rain and snow.
Last year I did that same drive around the same day actually, and it was madness, like blizzards and
really?
So I give thanks for the experience we had.
Cool. So man, what's your story? How did you get into the realm of music?
Oh man, if we're talking about how I got into the realm, we're going way back to little Caleb, baby Caleb, almost, 3 or 4 years old. Um, I grew up first on a small Caribbean island called Canawan, 4 square miles off the coast of St. Vincent in the Grenadines. Um, and we didn't have any power, like no electricity, no running water, nothing. And my mom told me that, like, the worship music in the church would be like just buckles and drums and stuff,
Mm.
very acoustic vibes. And the way I danced and started singing, of course inaudible for the most part, the words, from young was clear to her that something would happen. And then it didn't take more than 2 more years for me to be like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And
Yeah.
I was at, like, to say a child would be an understatement. I was 4 or 5 years old,
Mm.
and I said, this is what I want to do. So I've been working on it ever since. And last night, well, tonight will be my 1122nd show in 10 years.
Wow.
So I'm very, very blessed.
How old are you?
I'm 32.
32. So when did you? So you were 22 when you.
So just in the last 10 years, yeah, is when I started counting, because I started with my former band, Tasman Jude. And that's when I started counting. So I'd done, let's say, 100 or two, I don't know, shows in my life before that. But that was when I was like, oh, my career's about to like be full time kind of vibes.
Yeah.
And that's when I started counting. Was
Oh.
2013.
Wow. Good for you. So you're, aside from a vocalist, you are a guitarist.
Yeah, I play multiple instruments a little bit, guitar, piano, bass,
Mhm.
etc. And then djembe is my
But you
main.
identify as a singer-songwriter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
because that's what I do.
cool.
But even though live for my solo stuff, you might see me on a guitar with a loop pedal.
Mm.
Um, I don't know if I've written more than 3 songs on a guitar.
Oh, really?
For the most part, I either come up with the melody in my head, with my voice, or I sit on a piano and I go, oh yeah, I like where this, and that's the beginning, and
Okay.
then who knows where it goes from there, whether I add, co-writers, collaborators, or do it myself, etc. But yeah, all self-taught, so more difficult than it should have been probably, but if there's a way, if there's a will, there's a way, as Shrek
Exactly.
said.
That's what they say. Where do you reside?
I live on Salt Spring Island.
Oh, beautiful.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, West Coast special.
Yeah. When
Yeah.
did you come over to Canada?
I came in 2009, but to Alberta. So Calgary first for 2 years, and then Grand Prairie for 6. And that's actually where my music career really launched. And that's where, I considered home for a while in Canada, and really launched my music career from there. Yeah.
When did you start recording music?
My first single was as Braveheart, and I want to say like 12 years ago, maybe.
12 years?
But I was recording before that, like in Trinidad and Tobago and stuff. But there's nothing released that anyone hears or knows. There's some YouTube stuff that if you really looked, you might find, but I doubt it. Under pseudo names, different names, even names that I forget now.
Mm.
And then my first single that I actually, is on iTunes and all that stuff, was 2000, I want to say 11. So,
Okay.
yeah,
Mm.
12 years ago.
Mm.
Yeah.
Have you like so you do mostly Canada or tour?
Statistically, out of 1122 shows, the majority of that is in Canada.
Okay.
Yes.
Have you ever played in the US?
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
played US, Australia, New Zealand, Hawaii,
Oh wow.
Trinidad and Tobago, of course, Tanzania, which was more of like for teaching and stuff like that. But I did do some stuff there, and then a little bit in Europe, as well.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What I like to do with the podcast is like when I have a musician or multiple musicians on, I usually like to open the episode with like a music video of the artist. What music video would you recommend?
Ooh,
Always remember?
That's a good one. But a little older than I would prefer, I think. Like quality of video, even wise. I think Hustle and Bustle or Empress.
Empress.
Be-
Yeah,
yeah.
I was listening to
And
this
they
the other
both
day.
showcase Tobago, like my island, my Caribbean
Yeah,
island,
yeah,
really
yeah.
well too.
Yeah.
And they're big tunes in my opinion,
Yeah.
and my crowd's opinions. So one of those two, probably Empress or Hustle and Bustle, are fantastic. But then like Everywhere, Josh did Everywhere, and we recorded in like 7 locations in 4 countries or something like
Wow.
that. Yeah. So
Oh, I was just saying, like a very like low budget, like just so it's like we're in New York City, we're in Toronto, um, Salt Spring Island, Victoria, Trinidad and Tobago, like a bunch of places.
Really?
Tobermory.
Wow.
Yeah, it's so I don't know. You have options, man. You have
Yeah.
options. Choose any of them, and
Yeah.
very different. That one's like a slow, grimy reggae love song,
Mm.
whereas Empress is faster, Hustle and Bustle is faster. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I'll let you. Hey,
you
it's
let
your
me
music,
decide.
man.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Before you release it, I guess I'll have to make a decision.
Yeah. Yeah.
Live in the moment's a good one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How was the what venue were you playing last night?
Tofino Community Hall. So it's the largest capacity venue in Tofino.
Yeah.
So
I haven't been there in a long
yeah,
time.
it's like a big school gymnasium essentially.
Okay.
So not the greatest for sound,
Oh.
but if you want to have 300 people somewhere, there's not really a lot of places in Tofino you can do that. So
Yeah.
they had to,
Good
they
crowd
chose
though.
that. Fantastic. Tofino always kind of goes a little crazy for my music, or they probably do that for anyone who chooses to come through. It's probably not just me.
Tofino has that vibe.
Yeah.
You know.
And it's far away enough that
it's a
when
beach
you
town.
exactly, and then when you
Right.
choose to come, they appreciate that a lot because they know that it took the extra trek to come true. So I think they really honor that, and honor us in that way.
Mhm. What's your favorite place to perform, like city wise
That is
or country wise?
That is an unanswerable
No, there
question.
wasn't
I
like
think.
one particular.
Man, what do you do when you've had 1122
true.
experiences, right? Like I'm talking, 400 kids that are 5 to 10 years old singing along to your song in the middle of Africa, in Iringa, Tanzania. That feeling when you're hearing them singing your lyrics, how do you compare that to the 15,000 in Australia at a big festival that we somehow the second year got to co-headline, and yeah, those people singing your songs, or the 2 days after when you're on someone's deck, someone's patio singing for 15 people because all their friends got invited to this little intimate party, the intimacy of that. I don't know if I have a favorite place. Have I ever talked about a favorite place? I don't think so, man.
No?
Like the beauty of yeah, and favorites for me is hard because everything has. First of all, I'm so thankful that I get to do this in the first place, right? Even some of the early Tasman Jew days up in Grand Prairie, man, we were the only band bringing non-country or rock music. You know what I mean? So like all of a sudden, Grand Prairie had not country or rock for an option all of a sudden. So boom, when people who like, island vibes and stuff and hip hop and all the things we infuse come to our show, they're going berserk.
Yeah.
That's a vibes. And again, how could I forget those early days where that launched my career too? So it's hard, man. It's hard to gauge, to be honest. Yeah. It's hard to pick. I won't. You're all my favorite, whoever's watching.
Oh, my apologies. I didn't introduce your friend. This is Josh. Yeah, he's in the back.
He's the behind the scene. He's usually behind the
scenes.
camera. Yeah, best friend of 18 years though.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's rad.
Yeah.
Singing in high school hallways when we met.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Who would have thought we'd get here though? In a shed, freezing cold.
Who are your influences for music?
I have a top 5. You want a top 5? Top 3? What do you want?
I'll take top 5.
Damian Marley, Junior Gong,
Awesome.
Nas, Bungie Garlin, Andrea Bocelli, which always makes people go, "Wait, what?"
Yeah.
And my fifth one is movable. But I think it would be like likely Sizzla Kalonji, who's a big reggae artist, and the era in which I grew up wanting to become a reggae artist, Sizzla was like the Bob Marley of that time for us. So he would get a top 5. Like the playlist I have on my phone of Sizzla is like preposterous, and I sing every lyric. So yeah, so those 5, and then Nas for the hip hop aspect and the reality of many things I had to experience growing up. I really resonated with growing up rough and stuff. Damian Marley from a genre blending perspective.
Yeah, totally.
Bungie Garlin is a Trinbagonian, so he's a soca artist, quote unquote, but he's not a typical soca artist just singing about partying. He does rap so and stuff like that, which is like genres in Trinidad and Tobago that again blend genres and are very lyricist and lyricism and flow based. And then Andrea Bocelli taps into more of my vocal range and abilities, more operatic, classical training, etc.,
Mm-hmm.
which is very unique. But if anyone's seen me live, they understand. I think it makes sense once they go, "Oh yeah, I could see that," once they've seen me live.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's almost with the majority of musicians. You can tell just like even if their music is like super unique, you can
Totally,
still tell,
totally.
right?
Yeah, and I pay tribute to that. Like I always say, like nothing is new under the sun. Solomon wrote that in the Bible. So that was how many thousands of years ago.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
if he wrote that, then and we have social media and MP3 players are outdated and we have it at the click of a button,
Mm,
then it's never been more true now.
mm,
So genres wise, or if my voice or whatever, you can hear the influences, I think.
cool.
Yeah.
So you're playing the Terminal tonight in my hometown, Nanaimo, BC. You
Yeah, yeah.
stoked?
I am.
Yeah.
I
Have you
am.
played there before?
When it was the Camby many years ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah, many years
Wow.
ago.
Well, fuck. What
Yeah.
was that? Like 5 years?
I want to say like 2015. So 8 or 9 years ago.
Trying to think now. What the fuck was I doing in 2015?
Yeah.
Probably up to no good. Do you got any plans for like upcoming music?
Yep.
Yeah.
2024 is full
Yeah.
of things. I'm not sure how much I'm allowed to say, but it's full of things. Lots of music coming, new project coming that's gonna take over the world. Lots of new Caleb Hart stuff, some revamped Caleb Hart stuff that I want to give some TLC to and then give back to fam that kind of may have missed it or it didn't,
Mhm.
when it gets released when it shouldn't have.
Mhm.
That happens. But lots, man. This year was really difficult and it was like the first real year back after the pandemic. So it was beautiful but also difficult and was like a primer for what we're gonna paint the world with next year.
Yeah.
So yes, there is lots coming from Caleb Hart.
Yeah, I think the pandemic got well the worst of me, anyways.
Same here, bro.
Yeah.
Same here.
Yeah. Shitty times.
Agreed.
Mm.
One day we'll never even have to talk about it anymore.
I know. Can't wait for that.
Yeah, we'll be so post-pandemic that will become a new reality will come. I think we're close to it. We're closer than we've ever been.
Yeah.
Right. So
Well, for me personally, I'm coming to a new chapter in my life. I'm
nice.
fucking stoked on it.
I bet
I'm fucking stoked.
those are always exciting, challenging, but exciting. Especially if it's for the better.
Mm-hmm. Oh, 100%. Also, I like to throw this out there, not to make myself sound like the fucking guest this week, but I'm almost done my second album, and I'm fucking stoked on it.
Nice.
Memoirs of a Wild Man, Chapter 2, recording it at
Memoirs of a Wild Man.
Sub-Social Studios, a division of Fader Mountain Sound.
Nice.
Shout out to Bryce and Rachel. Thanks. You're awesome.
So you're here with my guest, Daniel. Just so y'all know, he has some new music coming out. Memoirs of a Wild Man, Chapter 2. Okay, look out for it. It's coming soon.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming to my podcast.
Yeah, no worries, man. Anytime.
Look forward to hearing the new music.
So, how many albums do you got out?
6.
Oh, wow.
So 3 with Tasman Jude, and 3 as Caleb Hart.
Okay, your first album, when and where did you record that?
In a very similar scenario.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Between this and a basement that I'm not joking. I'm 6'2". I think the basement ceiling was 6'5". I'm not kidding you.
Wow.
I remember being able to do it like this to the ceiling, and I'm trying to record, right? Yeah. So that was up in Grand Prairie, Alberta. It was called El Norteño, the Northerner. And that was a Tasman Jude EP. And I worked at a taco stand, authentic Mexican taco stand up in northern Alberta that was called El Norteño. And I would sing for people as they would come order, right? Like, we want some cilantro, onions, guacamole. Do you like your salsa mild? Do you like it spicy? Whatever. that kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And people just started tipping me like, "Listen, man, you need to record an album." I'm like, "I want to, but you know, I'm freaking working for $15 an hour."
I know,
Whatever.
right?
So people started tipping me, and then the boss, who was a friend of mine, who we kind of started it together, he said, "Listen, whatever you end up getting, I'll match it." And he matched it, and we recorded a 5-song EP that debuted #2 on iTunes Reggae charts, and haven't looked back since.
Sweet.
Been touring ever since.
Yeah. So so next year we got new music coming.
Yeah.
Got a tour planned.
Summer's getting booked.
Okay.
I'm not. I'm a dad of a little beautiful girl, and my priority is her more than anything.
Oh, of course.
So I'm not really looking for the next bit, and haven't been for the last bit, looking at leaving for 3 weeks to a month, and
Okay.
you know, and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So like tours, like how I used to do it, like you know,
Mm.
gone, right? Now, you know, priorities of are more important in my opinion and in my life. Um, you know, have taken precedence. And however, there are a lot of mini tours, which I've realized on the West Coast, people call them all tours because they're not accustomed to what I used to do. So I don't even need to be distinguishing this, but I do think it's important for people to hear and for people to know that, you know, a tour is not when you leave for Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like, so if you want to call it a weekend tour, a mini tour, I understand that. But so I'll be doing many mini tours in 2024.
Okay. Awesome.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Love it.
What festivals have you played? Many.
Yeah.
Many.
I think I did a list on my Facebook just off of like randomness recently. And I want to say I hit 78
Whoa.
like listed that I remember.
Oh, okay.
And then some people were commenting like, "No, don't forget da da da. That's where I first saw you." Or, "Oh no, I also saw you at da da da." And so it got up to like 84 just from comments.
Oh wow.
So I'd say close to 100 festivals around the world.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was your last one?
The last one would have been Bear Creek Folk Music Festival up in Grand Prairie, Alberta,
wow.
ironically. And holy yes, what a festival.
Yeah.
What a festival. Top tier festival, top tier experience as an artist. And I from what I've heard, the consumer, you know, the people that make it happen, the ones that buy the tickets, also feel that way. It's sold out for its first time this year gone. Yeah, so 8,800 people or something like that. And yeah, it
Nice.
was pretty magical, man. We shared some magical moments with
Yeah.
many amazing artists.
Yeah.
That was in August, yeah.
So what's the band like? How many members do you got?
So tonight and often we have a 4-piece, so me and 3.
Okay.
Guitar, bass, drums.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, and then sometimes we feature different, you know,
Yeah.
people, keys player, a sax player, a second guitarist, whatever it is.
Mm.
But the core is usually 4.
Okay.
Not trying to rhyme or write a song. It just apparently is how I speak.
Yeah.
The core is usually 4.
So you guys play at 9?
Yeah, playing at
9.
9 o'clock. Yeah.
How long's the set?
We're gonna play 2 sets. So we're gonna split it up and do 2 45 to an hours.
Okay.
So
yeah,
like-
I'll be there for the first one.
Nice.
I have
And then sleepy time.
well, well, here's the thing. For those who don't know me, I have a. This is why I'm in a shed doing a podcast because I live with my
You sleep
grandmother.
here? Oh.
Why? Because I think it was like August. I came to the conclusion that with my alcoholism, my drug and sex addiction, it's probably not best if I'm left alone by myself. If that makes any sense.
So he's living with his grandma.
yeah.
That's brilliant. That's
Yeah.
the most effective. Like
It is. It's like, you're
I
not
don't mean
going
to laugh.
anywhere.
I'm sorry if laughing is an inappropriate
No,
response.
go for it.
That's fantastic. I think living with your grandmother, if my grandmother was alive and I struggled with these things, I would definitely be like, oh God, this is what I have to do.
Exactly.
Oh, that's
yeah.
cool, man.
Yeah.
So that's part of the new chapter.
That's part of
And
the
if
new
you get home
chapter.
too late, she's gonna be like, Daniel.
Well, just
Or you don't want to stay downtown for too long to
yeah,
get into
yeah.
the right.
right.
Well, man, listen. I mean, you don't even need to come if that's how. If
No,
you
no,
feel,
no.
But you can do a one set. You
I
can come
wanna
enjoy
go.
it.
I'll go
Alright.
for a bit.
Yeah,
And
makes
then,
sense.
that's kind of like what I did.
As soon as you
with-
feel the spidey senses, though, roll.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
2 podcasts ago, I did I went down to the Queens downtown here.
Yeah.
And
Love the Queens.
my buddy's band was playing, Wise Young Blood. Shout out to them, they're
Yeah, yeah.
awesome. Wet Future and Spendo also performed. I did an interview in the basement there that has asbestos everywhere. With the front man Spencer. Shout out to him, he's rad.
Nice.
But yeah, after doing the interview in the basement, I got up to the top and fuck, there was just so many fucking people, and with all the boozing and shit, started to get a little overwhelming. So I stayed for a little bit, and then I had to dip.
As you should,
Yeah.
man. Good for you, man. That's part of the new chapter, I assume.
Yep.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's big people things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's adulting, eh?
Yeah. So let's talk about some other spots you've recorded up.
Okay.
So your second album, where was that?
In the bigger version of this?
In the bigger version of this?
I wish I was kidding, but now that you're asking me, I'm like, wait, that's dope. Like, you know, we're in a shed. I'm not joking you. Like, don't get me wrong. Nathaniel Stir, incredible human being, wonderful sound tech. He does better than Fred's up in Grand Prairie, Alberta, which is kind of like the place for One Bad Son and stuff come through there and play. That's where they'll play, 320 person venue. Well, not even a venue. It's a pool hall, best smoked wings in the world place. But they're a real staple. So they helped us out a lot. So anyway, he's the sound tech, live sound tech for there. And was friends with my guitarist in Tasman Jude for years before. So he kind of was like, hey man, I know that you guys are like doing your thing after El Norteño. I think it's time, to record another one. So we recorded Green. The name of the album is Green. And we recorded it out in Sexsmith, Alberta. I'm not joking about this, but a little bigger. And of course, he had the setup-ish, and I loved it because the name of the album is Green, and it's talking about going back to our roots of life and, Mother Earth and all these things.
Yeah.
And here I am in the northern prairies of Canada, in Sexsmith, Alberta, in a shed recording Green. And I was like, this is cool. It was hard, Yeah. It was harder to get the sound and but man, we released that album. Debuted #1 on the charts, broke Canadian reggae records, became the first ever Canadian reggae band to pass Bob Marley's Legend on the charts, hitting
fuck.
#1. The year before when we released El Norteño, the EP, it hit #2. So we came close, and Bob Marley Legend was the only thing. The next thing you know, we released Green. Man, we've sold tens of thousands of those. It was incredible. And we donated $1 from each sale to the planting of trees in places that need it the most in Canada.
And you get that much more out of it, right?
I'm still selling them.
Yeah,
it's incredible. So that actually is a really cool question to ask, because you get stories that I haven't thought about in a decade.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about podcasts. You fucking get to know people.
Yeah, talking real life things and bringing up stuff. Then I like that. That was So that's where that was recorded.
Yeah. Cool. If you happen to be passing through Vancouver, BC, please stop by Whiskey Six Barbecue. Hands down, #1 ribs ever. That's Whiskey Six Barbecue, located in Vancouver, BC. Be there or be square, baby. And we are back.
So when you say sex addiction, right?
Yeah. Oh, we're going down.
You want to dive into that a little bit for me?
I'm actually very curious about that too, because people have told me I have a sex addiction, but my therapist has told me it doesn't sound like I do based off of how I described it. So I don't actually know what.
I am intrigued. I'm not just being like snarky. And if you're not willing to share, then it's all good. Or if you this is your podcast.
Simple as this. It's having shameful and meaningless sex that hurts you and others. Yeah.
Damn.
And when you combine all the drugs and booze with that,
Then it becomes even it extenuates. Yeah.
It consumes your life.
Right.
Pretty much.
Oh, I appreciate that answer, man. Thank you.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We got last podcast we got pretty gnarly into me. So yeah, I'm pretty much an open book,
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's kind of like, that's why I love podcasts. It's like, it's fucking like honesty.
Yeah, honesty. Very,
Right.
very important. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Caleb, I want to say, thanks for doing the podcast. But before we leave, I'd like to do this with the guests. I ask like 5 questions. If you feel uncomfortable, just say pass, and you do the same for me.
Sounds good.
Cool. So, let's see here. What do we got?
Oh, just off the
Oh, it's just freestyle.
just freestyle
Yeah,
questions.
Peter Tosh or Bob Marley?
Bob Marley.
Yeah. Okay. Have you ever bombed
I don't know what that means.
Oh,
live?
Yeah. I done horribly on stage.
Did horribly on stage?
No.
No? Okay, cool.
I feel like I could really confidently say no to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
There's been times where I should have like 100 times,
Yeah.
and then nope, no one will ever know.
Do you think there'll be a point in your life where you would want to transition from
Male to
music
female?
No.
I'm sorry. Sorry. I hope I didn't.
I wasn't expecting that. That's great.
You never know.
Would you ever maybe consider transitioning from music to a different outlet?
I don't think that I'll ever have to transition because I can just add the other outlets. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So music will forever, unless I lose the love and the message in my music. If I get so distraught or so depressed or something that I don't feel like I'm telling you the truth, then I'll take a step back for sure and deal with that personally and then come back. But to say I would transition to something else, no. I'm gonna do acting. I'm gonna do more dancing. I'm gonna do vocal. Whether it be animation or whatever, vocal acting, etc. I'm gonna teach. I'm gonna just inspire the world, man. That's all I want to do. You know what I mean? So whatever outlet that is. So yeah, but the music though, bruh, the smile on my face when I'm doing that, untouchable. Yeah.
So, where did he perform before last night in Tofino?
We did last weekend. We did Salt Spring Island and Victoria.
Okay, cool.
And then a couple weeks before that, we did Vancouver, and then nothing in October, and then September back was like.
Where did he perform
madness.
in Vancouver?
Fox Cabaret.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, sold out. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, big up Hourglass Zoo. They brought out a lot of their people and had us on the show, and then we hosted them in Victoria for their first ever Victoria show at Capitol Ballroom. So it was nice. Yeah, collaboration things.
Yeah. Was that 5 questions? I think that was 5.
No, that was 4.
No, 4. Okay, 5th. Okay.
You haven't made me feel uncomfortable yet, and I'm kind of
Nah.
disappointed if I'm being honest. So dig deep. You can edit this pause.
Best sex you've ever had?
Oh, that's a great question.
That is a great question. Oh.
Honest.
Yeah, that's why I'm not even trying to answer right away. Best sex I've ever had. Now, are you talking about a scenario, like so a night, or are you talking about a person? You know what I mean? Like,
let's go with person.
a person. Currently.
Currently?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's sensational. It's out of this universe.
Well, I'm stoked for you.
Yeah, me too. I'm stoked for me too. Tell her, do not send this to her, bro.
I wasn't recording the whole time.
Can you repeat what you just said? Word for word.
Sensational. Nah, but seriously, it's euphoric. It's euphoric. Like, it's like, you know when people tell you about good sex and you think to yourself, I don't know if this happened to y'all, but you think to yourself, oh, I don't know if I've, like, y'all really passionate about this. And in my brain, I go, I don't know if I've had that. Right?
Yeah.
Even though I've had some good ones, good times, whatever. This one is like, oh, that's what people are talking about. Oh, that's what the movies or whatever, right? Like, it's that times 100,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, allow me to repeat what Caleb Hart just said. His current woman is absolutely sensational.
I'm not even, that's beautiful. Facts.
How quickly do your podcasts get released?
Actually, I'm debating. I think the first season is going to be released on January 3rd.
Oh, shit.
But I can't confirm that. But
No,
No, fair. We know this.
You should get a few out first before me, though.
now, your 5 questions for me.
Oh, I have to ask you 5 questions. Cool.
Theme uncomfortable.
Huh?
Theme uncomfortable.
All right, well, I'll try it. But firstly, I want to ask, have you ever been in a physical fight?
Yes.
Are you allowed to like add a B part of a
You want-
question?
You want me to elaborate?
Yeah,
on
of
that?
course.
Okay.
What kind of yes?
So it was I was with my buddy Tanner Davison. I was actually with a fucking shitload of people. We were attending a mutual friend, Norm Saunders, his wake. But rather than a celebration for
R.I.P.
life, it was more of a just kind of like a big party at a hall because that's the kind of guy he was. But anyways,
That's it?
there was this guy. I was outside smoking, and I was like blackout drunk, and I was fucking. There's this guy who was like fucking with my friend, so I fucking like grabbed a bottle from this Kevin guy, and I fucking threw it at him. It missed, shattered everywhere. The guy noticed me, came back, and just fucking knocked me the fuck out. And then everyone swarmed, and there was like this big fucking brawl and fucking. Yeah, I didn't even remember. I just woke up the next morning. I'm like, what the fuck happened to my face?
Damn.
That's a great result.
That's so good.
All right, question number 2.
I'm very glad I asked. Do you have any?
Not yet. I'll let you know.
All right. Have you ever had a homosexual sexual encounter? So like with another guy, I guess.
No.
What about a trans person?
No.
Is that count as the same question, or are you?
No, I don't think does that.
I don't know.
Oh,
Asking you,
true.
it was a question mark at the
That
end
was
of
a
it.
B. All my questions are B. Question and then a B.
I don't like men, but I'm gay for pay.
For the right price. Okay.
For the
so
right
that's-
price, I will be your lover too.
See, he's willing. He's open. Okay, that was 2 questions technically. One B, 1A and B, 2A and B. Do you enjoy anal sex?
What is your problem?
You said try to make him feel uncomfortable. He said he's a sex addict or recovering, so I'm trying to ask.
Well, I'm a different person than back then, but for the record, I haven't had sex since February 2nd.
Holy shit, that's incredible.
And trust me, it's been very difficult
Oh, I
when you've been turning down broads on Tinder.
Yeah,
Why are you?
Why are you still on there then?
You're teasing yourself.
he can't help
Well,
himself.
no, this okay. Okay, here's a little
It's
story.
like watching someone smoke
All right,
instead
here's
of
a-
smoking.
All right, everyone, settle down. Now, do I have a little story for you? So my grandma happened to be out of town, and I was on Tinder.
Oh gosh.
And my then therapist said, Dan, you got to go out and find a female friend, whatever the fuck that means. So I'm like, okay. So I go on Tinder and I meet this crazy broad and I bring her back here and she's all fucking liquored up and she actually fell down that flight of stairs out front and she was like over for like 20 minutes and I was like, and I was sober at the time, so I was like, okay, you gotta get the fuck out of here. And I just called a cab and fucking sent her home.
Damn. Done that.
Yeah.
Shooter. Nanaimo Gallus.
Have you asked 3 or 4?
That was the 3rd.
What leaves you feeling most fulfilled?
Pardon?
What leaves you feeling most fulfilled?
I would say. Should I say this? Actually, there's like 3 things. When I'm on set filming, and I rap for that day, I feel fulfilled. Music-wise, when I take a simple song and add layers to it, and I complete that song, and I listen to it, I'm like, wow, this is fucking unreal. There's no more uplifting feeling for me.
Nice. Yeah.
And then also, doing this fucking podcast.
Slick.
I think you're episode 9.
Oh, sweet.
Nice. I like this.
I think. I don't know. I gotta look at that. Anyways, next question.
Final, the grand finale.
Yeah.
You have any telephone? I know about. I don't know.
Come on, help your boy out. Ooh.
If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go?
Louisiana.
Really? That I mean,
Okay.
honestly, the more if you like, the more you know about Louisiana, is the more that answer makes sense.
I want to hear his reason.
Yeah, but yeah.
I want to go down there just because my aunt wants to move down there. And we're praying for 2025 that will happen.
Wait, hold on. I just asked you if you could go anywhere in the world.
Yeah. I want to go there because she wants to go there.
But
Oh, like, and she's a inspirational person in your
Yeah,
life, or
fuck yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So her
And we get
her
the fuck
decision,
along.
her decision to do that makes you go, oh, this place must be
Yeah.
something that I want to experience or should experience.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Wow. What about two more?
Two
So a
more
top
places?
three of your
Okay.
So that the question be top three.
Could go anywhere in the world. Definitely not California.
All right, good to know. That's a
I hate fucking California because of a fucking cunt, fucking whiny fucking cunt bitch. Fuck you and fuck your pussy.
what is going on? This man has been hurt by this woman.
I've been hurt 1,000 times.
Nah, I know, but this California woman took the cake, bro.
Yeah, she's a California hoe.
Better than a Nanaimo hoe.
Okay, so two
No?
places. Nanaimo
Oh,
hoes,
shit.
they're pretty bad too.
Nanaimo.
Pretty bad too.
Oh shit.
Josh is cracking up.
At this point, I feel like he's gonna say, I might make it over the Malahat one day.
I want to know where you have it.
Yeah, now I want to know. Yeah, there's so many questions.
I
Okay.
would. Ooh, I kind of want to go to. I kind of want to go to New Mexico. Just to film.
Okay.
I love
Like the desert.
yes.
Desert-esque.
That
Yeah.
landscape. Yeah.
What about old Mexico? You have no interest? No, I'm just being I'm just being
What
stupid.
about not North America?
Not North America.
Oh,
Can't go
I
there.
said the world.
I know, bro. He's from Nanaimo. Give him some slack.
Uh,
Like I said, if at this point, if he says over the Malahat, I'd be like, yeah, fair. Like a Langford.
Langford.
Trying to go to Souk sometime next year, maybe 2025.
yeah, like I'm really looking forward to going to Delta.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, the third place I'd want to go to, I would say. You know, Texas.
Motherfucker.
He said not North America,
Not
bro.
North America. Okay, fine.
This man thought that long and then
Yeah,
said
I know.
Texas.
I know. Sorry, a
He
brain
really
fart.
likes North America.
It's
Um,
true, which is okay. You can drive. Do you not like planes?
I don't really like fucking planes.
Yeah,
Well,
see?
This makes all the sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes
I
so much
understood.
sense now.
Yeah.
Have you been on one before?
Where?
On a plane.
Oh yeah.
What's the longest flight?
Went to California.
Oh, I didn't know it happened.
Flew down there.
So he was just letting us
fucking
know
hours.
he's not going back to California. He's
just-
been there.
Yeah, yeah.
He doesn't want to go again.
Nah.
Oh shit.
Was that your first time in California that story happened?
Would you
I've been there a couple times, but no, that was the first time that happened.
would you like me to list countries for you that you can drive to from here?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you have to take the ferry because we're in Nanaimo.
Yes, of
But
course.
you can, of course, do Mexico, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama, Guatemala, Ecuador, El Salvador, Argentina, Brazil, Peru, Chile, Paraguay, Uruguay, Venezuela, Colombia, Guyana, French Guiana, Suriname, Peru. I said a lot of them.
I would say. Actually, you know where? I would want to go to France.
I just listed 15 countries. Yeah,
I want to
drive
go to France.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
I highly recommend Bordeaux or Marseille, the southwest or the southeast.
Okay.
Gorgeous.
Okay.
Paris is overrated, in my opinion.
Fuck Paris.
Yeah,
Fuck
for
Paris.
real. Or Lille, Lyon. There's lots of places. Pretty much not Paris, actually. Like, if you go to France, don't do Paris. You could land there, rent a car there or something. But man, everywhere else, incredible.
Okay.
So yeah, good,
Awesome.
good answer.
Well, before we wrap this up, I just want to say thanks for doing the show, and I'm gonna put the link to your website in the caption of the
Sweet.
YouTube channel of this episode. And looking forward to seeing you perform tonight, man.
Yeah, man.
High
It's gonna
five.
be fun. Bless it.
Cool.
It's gonna be your first time seeing him before, I assume?
What's that?
It's gonna be your first time seeing him
Yep.
before? Sick.
Awesome. So, on that note, see you later. Y'all are off the East Van Dan Shit Show. Peace.
Bless.